thought these things were seeding. I thought, yeah, look, they started to put on the seeds.
These are butter beans, the speckled, but this is the bush type. The larger ones would be the pole type. They're called Christmas speckle, but these are the butter beans, butter speckled. We're going to put them about 2 inches apart. Cover them lightly. These are some that were saved from last year. This is a butter pea, not a butter bean. It's smaller. It's a member of the pea family, like the field peas, purple hull, black-eyed pea, and stuff like that. They're a member of the pea family, not the bean family. So we're going to put those down. We have a pumpkin, and then a bean, a pea, and another variety of peas, and then we'll start back with another cucurbite, like a cantaloupe row or something like that, so that we don't have our vines close together to where they cross-pollinate. We've had 4 rows of peas. Now we're going to do our cantaloupe row. We could divide this up between our pumpkins. There's 4 rows of peas between the pumpkins and the cantaloupe, so they don't cross-pollinate. This is a small variety of cantaloupes that shouldn't vine that far. It's good for this area. It works the best for our soil. We're going to go ahead and put this down in little sections. These were seeds that were saved from last year. I put on there in June. So we harvested them early, saved the seeds out of the cantaloupes, and ate the cantaloupes. And this year we get to plant about 5 seeds, and then plant them about a foot apart. That way we can hold the grass in between, and when they come up, they'll vine out from there. So it'll won't be too bad to cover.
We're planting brown crowd peas. We do this as a cover crop and also to eat. Any of these beans, peas, legumes, as most people know, they're putting nitrogen in the ground, so they're good for your soil. We put some purple hull, a couple of rows of that, and now we're doing the brown crowd of peas. We plant heirloom seeds. We do not fool with hybrids, mainly because the scriptures teach against hybrids. So we fool with just heirloom seeds. Our corn is a pencil cob corn. Our watermelons is moon and stars. And our tomatoes are beef steak. That's all heirloom. You can keep your own seeds once you get started. And also it's a lot cheaper using heirloom, because as big as we plant, it costs us $400 or $500 in seeds when we got to order. So we go with heirloom. Also remember, the more you garden, the more you learn. And the more you learn in life, the more you realize you don't really know nothing at all. Pastor Maya was living off the land. I dug a potato up. This is where I had my mashed potatoes last year, in this area of the field. And splitting the rows to plant our crowd of peas, I dug up an mashed potato from a year ago. And it survived through all that rain and all that cold. We had 14-degree weather. And actually probably done better than my potato crop that I planted this year. But it's just to show you that potatoes are pretty tough. I want to show you that.
Are a lot larger. They're the Christmas lima, and it's a pole bean, not a bush bean. The ones I planted a while ago that looked like this were smaller. They were a bush bean. This is a pole lima, and they will start to produce when the bush limas finish. So the bush limas are a lot faster. These are slower, but they will keep producing all summer until the fall, almost winter. But we'll have to put these on a fence as they get bigger. And we're going to put them a little bit further apart too. They're like between 5 and 8 inches apart. where the other ones were close because they were bush.
Okay, I'm gonna plant some Heirloom. It's called Gallou-d'Essence. I've never grew these before, but I wanted to try them because it's a French variety. And being French, I like checking out what my ancestors grew for hundreds of years. And this came from Baker Creek. Baker Creek, if you're interested in heirloom seeds, Baker Creek is a good source. They have good seeds, and I've been buying from them a few years, a couple of years anyway. And as a pastor, we know that you have to repeat so the congregation will remember. So always remember, plant one for the crow, one for the worms, one to grow, and one to rot. And out of those 4 seeds, you should get one to come up. And being a squash, I didn't really read a whole lot on it, but I'm pretty sure you just plant it about 2 to 3 feet apart, at least 3 feet apart.
Are a Louisiana favorite. They're the green striped Cushaw. It's like a pumpkin, but it has a neck at the top. Big neck that's meaty, and the seeds are at the bottom. When we harvest them and we cut them open to use them, they're pretty much cooked like a pumpkin with cinnamon and sugar in the oven, pies, candied, however you want to cook a pumpkin. And when you cut them open, you take the seeds out, run them under a little bit of water in the sink, and on a strainer. There you go. And the seeds will float to the top, and you just get the seeds out and let them dry under a fan, and put them in a bag and put them up for next year. These are seeds that we save from year to year, and 1 or 2 Cushaw will plant an entire row for you. They're very tasty, and they're a Louisiana standard for years. You'll plant them like pumpkin. You want about 4 or 5 seeds, and you want to go about 4 or 5 feet apart, and do the same thing again on another hill. About 5 seeds.